Peppidu wants to hang out today. Alright, let's see here. We're doing a little jazz this afternoon. Make sure my audio levels are not going to blow anyone away. Yeah, let's turn that down. Okay, come on. I think, Peppidu, that you're 1 year old. This is just around the time you were born. Maybe I'm off by a few weeks. Some stuff, Peppidu. If you want to hang out on top of my desk, go for it. But alright, let's see. Oh, don't step on the keyboard. Getting your hair all over my desk, kid. About that. Okay, I need to get to work. Okay, there you go. take a look at one of my stuff that is currently in the works that I haven't gotten around to. Okay, yeah, we got a rebind of Eldritch Tales. My wife was curious if I could rebind this very heavy textbook. What's this last one? Don Quixote. Okay. That's a really sizable text. Was this oh, former library copy. That's not great. It's got buckram though. That's pretty cool. Love the art on that title page though. Oh yeah, got some pretty bad damage here. You can see the mole poking through. Still pretty strong. But yeah, we can do better. Even came with a headband? Huh. Let's see. Yeah, glued on. That's normal. Alright. Let's take a look at this. Close that. I don't want the cats in there. Alright, on this one the spine is really rough. My wife was a art history major, so with a master's in provenance research. So I'm not sure. I don't think this was one of her textbooks, but she thought it'd be cool if I could do it. Oh, ephemera, my favorite. What we got here? Looks like it was pulled out of a magazine or something. Looks like a bunch of biblical stuff. Interesting. We'll keep that on the side. What's this? Oh, the whole front first signature title page just came out. Oh, this was tipped on. Alright. So the glue's not in great shape. When was this printed? I don't really like the feel of this paper. Nothing I could do about that though. Is there a... There we go. This is from 1948, Harcourt Brazen Company. That's cool. Maybe we can round it. The only problem I have with these, some of these rebindings is I don't have a Cricut machine, and I don't really have any interest in having one. I've seen some people do some really, really great iron-on vinyl work using stuff like plotter machines like a Cricut, but I just don't think they're my style. I'd rather do like actual tooling, hot tooling with brass, but that's even more expensive. And don't really have the budget for that at the moment. But rebinding them would be cool. We could probably do something like what they do in archival work, where we do a square with the title byline on the edge. I think DOS Bookbinding has a video, or at least a mention of that process, so I'll take a look into that. What? Binder's tape? Okay, so I apparently wanted to do a tape, sew on tapes for this one. I was planning, I think, to do a rounded back with that, so that makes sense. Yeah, so this is a special edition collection of H.P. Lovecraft's works, and it also had a bunch of biographical details and sort of like DVD bonus content at the back. So I thought that was pretty cool. I already took the time to completely disassemble the signatures and the glue. Didn't take as long as I thought, actually, so that's good. And then what is this? Oh, I managed to save the end sheets. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, look at this. That's not bad. So we're definitely going to use that. Why did they make H.P. Lovecraft look like George Washington or something? Thomas Jefferson? I don't know. But love the art. It's great. Definitely keeping that. Oh, they were tipped on. I see. See these lines at the top? That means they did a line of glue and glued this onto the front signature. So it's a lot easier. I remember I purchased a hairdryer from from Goodwill in order to melt the glue on this. And luckily it came up pretty easily. So pretty excited about this one. My only problem is I'd like to do it in something like leather, but I don't have any black leather, and Hollanders is out of stock right now. And I do have some upholstery vinyl. Uh-oh, there's a piece that's still stuck here. Let's see what we can do. Ooh, starting to tear. Alright. That's not good. Should very gently get this off. Oh, there's the insides. But upholstery leather doesn't have the same sort of feel. Let me see if I can find that. Oh, what's this? Wait a second. Okay, so we got a couple options here that I have forgotten about. So here, I think it should be in black, because it's Eldritch Tales, right? So we have this upholstery leather, or upholstery vinyl. It sort of feels like leather. Yeah, it's a little slicker. I like how it has a matte finish, though. Let's see. Not sure how difficult it would be to glue. It's got quite a surface, like a cloth bound, like it's got like a cloth binding on the other side. So that would be useful, I think. We can do a test. Put a piece of this onto a binder's board, test it, see how well it folds. But that would be cool. You know what else would be cool? Maybe if we did like a pentacle in, what is that? Deboss, emboss? I can't remember. The terms. Not sure which one is which, but where we sort of lay this down on top of a raised surface, and then we use a bone folder to make sure all those details get shown through. That would be interesting. Let's see. Eldritch Tales. This is far too complicated for me to do. This was sold in the UK. It's interesting. I think I have another copy of this up at my store. Eldritch Tales. But, Yeah, so we have quite a bit of this. My sister was she majored in industrial design, and so she had to design like a chair as part of her major, as far as I know. That's what I was told. And this is a leftover piece of that. So that's a lot to work with. Now let's look. We have another option. Maybe not as aesthetically optimal, but I just found this in my closet. This is another piece of upholstery leather. This is like a I don't know what you call it, like a maple, maybe like a chocolate leather. It looks brighter on the stream than in real life, but this might do. I don't know. Maybe this will work better for the textbooks or Don Quixote. It looks really cool. It actually does look like leather. And it feels very similar too. Well, again, we have this this cloth backing. I'm not sure how that's going to interact with the glues. Probably like a wheat paste maybe would work well, because cloth on paper is what I use with wheat paste to make book cloth. So, oh hey, welcome to the stream. Just doing some planning out. We've got a rebinding of Eldritch Tales that I started last summer, and I completely broke down all of the signatures, melted off all that nasty glue. Then I've also got this very heavy volume of Don Quixote, former library book. And then my wife was interested in me rebinding Art Through the Ages, another very heavy textbook. So these are probably both candidates for a rounded back, which will help with the sag in the text block. But yeah. And then of course I have my crafting journal that I want to get done as well. A lot of projects, never-ending projects, really. And then third option, well, this is too small for that, but here's an actual piece of leather. Oh wow, it's kind of a lower quality leather. You see a lot of the pores, almost like ostrich. But yeah, I don't know if that's gonna. Don't know if the camera can pick that up, but yeah, I don't know. But you can see the pores, or maybe the hair follicle points. So not great, but you know, practice makes perfect, right? And this is a perfect piece to practice with. So oh, maybe I'll do. Because my wife was also interested in seeing some of those like little tiny books. Maybe I'll do the tiny books in this leather, because then I can do a bunch of them with this size. Cool. And then for my journal, crafting journal, I want to probably do it in paper. Got to figure out, because I want to do a large format book. Got these Rhodia pads that I got a while back, and I think this is an A4. What is this? Number 18. Yeah, A4 size. So that'll make an A5 if I do a folio. It's a little too small for what I'm looking for. But I do like that this specific one is short grained, which is very hard to find. This one, this is an A3, I'm guessing. Is it 38? Yeah, A3. So that'll make an A4. in a folio. Unfortunately, this is long grain, but maybe I don't care if it's long grain or not. Let's see. That's the question. Would we want? I would want to do a. This needs to be able to lay flat, but I don't want to do a Coptic stitch. The other ones that lay flat, like a secret Belgian binding, I think lays flat. You just get these safely out of the way. Well, here, why is it that we focus on short grain versus long grain? And that's because you want all of the glued materials in your book to follow the direction of the spine. So if you have a sheet like this, and you made a folio, meaning you just fold it once in half, making 4 pages, that edge of the spine is running on what was the short grain of this long sheet. But the question is, why do we do that? So my understanding is that we focus on keeping everything within the same grain direction, because if you mix grain directions or you don't have it following the spine, it can create warping in the block after you glue it, and especially in the covers. Here, let me see. They've been pretty good about it. You can see here. You see how it warped right there? It's not perfectly straight. That's due to probably the craft text not being, following the spine, like I said. Of course, when I weathered the craft text, it makes it a little more difficult. Actually, you know what? I think you can just make it out. Now, I guess I wasn't careful enough when I was sewing this, or when I was making the boards last summer. But you can see, maybe you can. It's very hard because of all the wrinkling from the weathering process. But there's a bias of the grain going this direction. I don't see it as much on this side, so maybe there's a top and bottom to craft text that I never noticed before. But yeah, this side definitely should be going this way, not like this. So that's my fault. And you can get some really wild warping, especially after you've wetted the paper parts of this with glue. And the worst warping is when the book covers sort of splay outward. That's the worst. When the book covers, so you can see it's actually clamping in towards this. That's actually a beneficial type of warping, because what you're going to be doing is taking this, putting it on a shelf, and that sort of clamshell appearance of the warping of the boards, it can protect the text block in a way, but it also fits and wedges itself in on the bookshelf. So that's I've heard, and I agree, that is it's beneficial to have it warping in inward where it's hugging the text block. When it's the other way, when it's flipped around and it's splaying out, that's really bad, because it's much harder to shelve and it looks really bad. But personal preferences and all that, but I think most people would agree. Let's see. So that's the importance of at least doing grain direction correctly on the covers. text block, I've heard you can get twisting in the text block. I've been pretty good about. Oh, hey, Kara. I've been pretty good about. All right, you're blocking the camera. Oh, you want to go up here? All right. She likes to wait for me to clear the top of my desk for her so she can have a seat up there. So. Is that better for you? No? Okay. Oh, here. Figure something out. Anyway, I've been pretty good about the text block grain direction, so I've never witnessed twisting or warping based on the thing. I mean, you're not going to see on this because this wasn't glued. This is a glueless binding. So this wouldn't be a good example to show you. Oh, man. Let me go see the other things I've made real quick, if I have any examples, and I'll be right back. Unfortunately, I couldn't find any examples. I'll take my word for it. It'll cause your text block, once it's inserted into the case, to be screwed up if it's the wrong direction. Or maybe it doesn't. Maybe we can use this as a opportunity to test that hypothesis. Because I really would like a large sheet like this for my book size. Yeah, what if I bind it like that, and then I do the case like you would normally do it with the grain running along the spine. Oh wow, that really caused it to go out of focus. Interesting. I think I'm going to do it anyway. You know what? It's going to be just my crafting journal where I write my notes for my projects, things to remember, stuff like that. So it's a personal book, so I don't care as much about how it turns out. And it would be a learning experience. It will tell you what happens if you use a long grain sheet in a text block. That is going to be glued and probably rounded. So I think I'm going to do that. Let's do that. So we're going to be using the Rhodia A3 folios. How many sheets is this? $80 sheets. Let's see here. For folio, that's 4 times 80. We'll give you the number of pages. 320. Do we want to just use the whole thing? That. 160 pages. It's too small. But what if I did, that was a little loud. Let's turn that down. Let's start folding signatures, and then we can see what size feels best, right? Okay, so that's good. Guess Kira left. Yeah, see, I need a crafting journal so I don't have to fucking use loose leaf paper like this. Alright, I can start disassembling this. Yeah, I don't think I can recover this imagery on the front, because this is all glued down, buckram. So you got some foxing or staining on the spine, yeah. So when you used just regular Scotch tape to hold it together, okay. That's a thing, I guess. Corners are worn down. Yeah. Maybe we can get a piece of like black craft paper and then print out to sort of use as a what is it called in framing? Matting, like a mat. So use a piece of black paper as a mat behind a printed out title. Use something like that. I remember seeing that at the university library. Usually it was on the spine. And I think I've seen Das Bookbinding do a small tutorial in one of his videos for that. So I can look that up, see what's involved. Because I only have an inkjet printer. Yeah, I do like the sort of professional look of that. Obviously it's not as decorative or fanciful as using iron on vinyl. But that's a good question. A textbook, do you really want to put a a leather type material in a textbook, or would you want to put book cloth? Maybe if I did some extra fancy stuff like putting a better round on the back and then putting bumps on the spine, that would look pretty good. But I don't know if the brown that I have would really fit like the subject matter for this. I like this green a lot, but I don't have anything like that. Don Quixote. Kind of the same problem. Black and green. I don't know. I feel like it should go with a lighter color. I don't know. Is that getting too thick into the weeds of thinking about like where it comes from and how you should decorate the cover? I mean, this blue works pretty well, but I feel like well, central Spain. It's a very arid climate, so my immediate thought would be to do like a tan or a light leather color, something like that. But like I said, maybe I'm being too persnickety about these fine details. I don't know. And you can see here they've done something similar, except this is painted or printed on. But this sort of blocking of the title is kind of what I'm thinking of for my final product of this. Yeah, we can start taking these apart. Two layers of mole. That's cool. But no spine stiffener. Oh, there is. Well, I guess you could call it that. It looks like just a piece of craft paper. Interesting. Budget concerns. Is that mold? No, it's just bits of the cloth. Yeah, if the book's got mold, I'm just gonna not bother. I've got allergies, asthma already. I don't need any more. Let's see here. I'm pulling the. Okay, so that's tipped on. No, that's the. Oh, geez. Oh no, I've undone some of the sewing. Be careful with your cuts. Oh, I see. Yeah, okay. I was cutting into the shoulder, I think. It doesn't look like a rounded back, but it does have some of that geometry. The very ratty cover. Piece of ephemera. Yeah, 2 layers of mole. There's a headband, just simply glued on. Now, how badly do I want to take all of this, all of this mull off? I mean, it's gonna be a real biatch to get everything. Oh, I cut into it, yeah, right there. Might be able to tip that on. We'll see. Might be able to re-sew. Yeah, but I need to be able to see the spine though. A lot of glue on this. A lot of glue. Very. Let's see. Can I re-round it? I don't know if you can round a book that is glued so heavily. Usually, I think you do the rounding before you glue it. Ooh, jeez. My bench hook. Headband's safe. Getting some more in the mail soon, so I might just use some of my newer headbands. God, yeah, that's very tough glue. To abuse it a bit. Tipped on. Get it off here. It's adhered pretty well on there. Is this also tipped on? Oh, I see. Pretty roughed up there. I need to reinforce that edge. It's an uphill battle. Yeah, this one's going to need some additional TLC. Save that for a stream. do have some painting skill. Maybe I can paint on a new label. Oh. Let's take a look at the condition of this one. Flimsy cardboard spine stiffener. Tipped on end sheet. Looks really great. I might sand off all those library labels. I can try my hand at doing some edge decoration. I've never done that before. Some great illustrations. Prints, really. That's sewn on. All right. And there's nothing wrong with the spine. So why screw with it, right? The binding's in great condition. The sewing, at least. Let's trim this. So when I hear a new cover, I'll just put some fresh malt on, I suppose. Clean this up more with scissors later. feel like that one's going to be easier than the art book. Art history book. Well, just wanted to do a little short stream today for planning, taking a look at a couple of projects that I've had on my shelf. What's next? This next step for the crafting journal will be to make the signatures, sew the text block, and then from there we can see the size of the case and plan out a bit more of the paper or the book cloth. Probably going to do book cloth for that. Yeah, taking a look at this orange one would be nice. Yeah. Anyway. Oh wow, yeah, almost exactly an hour. Well, I hope you guys have a